Eh?
Are you ready to die for it? Let me ask.
Yes, I die many times in many small ways, but you die
But
every other
bring
day.
the bullet.
We shall see about that.
Hello, welcome back to our channel. We are the Couple Binders. My name is Lucy Peace Nantume. I'm here with my husband, Ronald Kazibwe. We support couples to thrive in their marriages. So we speak, we mentor, we write, we author, and our conversations are both to those walking towards marriage as well as those who are already married. So welcome back, and we've been talking lately about divorce, instigated by an article that appeared in one of the main papers here in Uganda, which was talking about 1,300 filed cases of divorce in just 9 months, and that alarmed us. So we've had conversations in relation to that, why many cases are rising, but also how can we put an end to that? How can we contribute to more positive marriages? First, say hello to people.
Hello, people. Yeah.
So today, we want to talk about parenting. The conversation is going to go more into parenting and its relation to marriage, because some other couples have said they don't walk out of their marriages because of children. They stay because of their children. And we've witnessed this happen. We've actually read stories, but also witnessed them where after the graduation of the last born, they separate. In other words, they stayed together to that point, mainly because of their children. And when you dig deep and read about the impact of both parents on the lives of their children, you can get an understanding of why that is so. And so today we are going into a conversation on that, socialization and its impact and on the children, that your marriage. You know, one of the challenges we're having is why people take marriage lightly is they think it's theirs. It's our marriage, it's our business. But your marriage is not just your business. Your marriage impacts society. Your marriage impacts the community where you stay. Your marriage impacts the children if God blesses you with those children. So the responsibility goes beyond me and Ronnie. We are responsible to these children we begot when we are happy. We are responsible to the people who are there when we are making our vows, you know. And when a marriage is working, that light shines into the community and into the world. So when it's not working, the reverse is also true. So I got married to a person who studied sociology. Sociology was one of your coursework, right?
Yeah, coursework.
Me, I studied laws. This is like this is like this. So I got myself someone who studied social work and administration, and they studied more human nature. And he loves studying those things, but also away from that, he is very interested in children. So he also did postgraduate in early childhood education and early childhood education and development. And so his brain is full of all these things. How take it on, sir.
The way you raised me up there is...
That is your CV. Can I add other things on your CV? It's big. Anyway, let's go back. Children and marriage.
Yeah. Society has failed to appreciate the role, first and foremost, socialization has on the way we socialize the future generation and the impact it has on that. There are many things that we carry. There's a study that was done, and I think it was run by, it was on DSTV sometime back on Nat Geo World. It was done in Eastern Europe. And they studied communities, and they realized that actually you can pass trauma. You can pass trauma off to your offspring through your DNA. That if you have an issue that you didn't deal with in trauma, you can pass it on through your DNA to your child. And your child has issues and they can't understand how they have them. And so it's the same thing that when children are watching, children learn, they hear you, but they learn more by watching.
What you do.
Yes, monkey see, monkey do. So the way you can tell a child, stop, when you tell a child, don't pour water there, they will hear you. But for you, when you keep pouring water there, they will start pouring water there. They start doing certain things. So they start having certain mannerisms, certain behaviors that they pick off and they carry with them. Unknowingly and subconsciously. So when a situation comes which calls for that to come out, you get that issue coming. It manifests itself. So when you grow up in that's why you found that they would tell you in homes where the father beats the mother and children, the children are watching. So they start thinking that the boys, they learn that actually I can subdue someone by beating. They start by beating their friends. Yes, earlier to subdue them because they see that is what works. Then when they get married, they start beating their spouses and also beating their children. The women grow up thinking that it is okay to be beaten and so it is very fine. It won't kill you. I watched my mother growing up being beaten. I also watched our father do the same to us, and it is fine. So the subconscious, they pass it on. Now the challenge is that's the first generation. Now when they carry that, they can pass it on to in their DNA to their children. They are the next generation of their children. It's something that how God made some things, the way we pass on. That's how it comes. And sometimes we see things and we don't know where they're coming from. So why it is important? First of all, I'll speak about it in two ways. Now this feels more like a lecture.
Can I entertain you in the middle of the lecture?
Yes, so this comes out in two ways. The first way is that you're going to grow up. It can make you a victim or it can make you a perpetrator of that. So depending on how, because in our human nature, the way we were done, we were created, is that it can fall either way. But also you can choose to confront it and learn from it and put an end to it and deal with it. Like Bitature, in one of his videos, I think when we were either in his book or in his video, I don't remember very well, but one of the two, because I've read the book, I've watched a number of the interviews they have done. I remember him saying the things he watched his father do. He realized that if he doesn't make a stop to that, it's going to destroy his marriage. And for him, he resolved and said, I learned not to do the things my father is doing, so I'm going to do it differently. So for him, he chose to deliberately, and it's a deliberate effort you need to do.
Also the other gentleman we found, and he said for him, he does not touch alcohol. Because he grew up in a family where the father drank so much, and he saw the impact. So he made a vow, I will not be like my father. I will not touch alcohol for that. And ensure the bad can be turned into the good.
Yes, and it has to be deliberate.
Intentionality.
That is the hard work. It is intention. Because in the other side is subconscious.
Yeah.
It comes naturally.
Yeah.
So it's like swimming against the tide. So you have to do more work, to confront that. But that also brings us to, because the impact of parents is so enormous on their children in every aspect. There was another study done by one of the universities in Europe. They looked at parents in middle class and parents in the lower class. Parents in the middle class, the decisions they make every day are more about, no, not middle class, but in middle management and high management. The decision they make about the things, the decisions about deciding at a strategic level. So also when they are communicating with their children, they communicate at strategic level. They are looking at,
for example,
they are looking at, when a child comes, they are like, how do you solve that? So they will keep pushing back the issue to a child. How do you solve that? Someone bullied me at school, or the teacher said, so they will ask, and so what did you ask the teacher? So did you ask the teacher, why do you do that? So they are pushing the children to be more of strategic thinkers. Now, parents who are in the lower positions, maybe they are cleaners, they are more of, the jobs of their jobs are every day.
You just take on what you're given.
Yes, you take on clerkship. Yes, you don't ask questions, are more of compliance. So they socialize their children to be compliant. Don't ask any question, because when you ask a question, you're punished. Not in terms of they'll beat you, but maybe the thing is that your supervisor said, sweep that floor. So it has no question of, why should I sweep the floor? So you sweep the floor. Told. So when they go back to their children, they say, I've told you. When the kid asks, why should I do that? They're like, because I've said so. Because that's how. So they, now, I want to relate.
You're lecturing, so I'm pausing you so that you come out of lecture mode.
Yes, I want to bring it to marriage.
We are talking about parenting and marriage.
Yes.
How the two are related.
Yes.
Now, can you go to your break?
Yes. Now, I want to bring it back to marriage. Now, a person who is like that, when he gets into marriage, he's going to be saying things like, we are going to eat posho in the evening. And the wife will be like, why are we eating posho every day? Because I've said so. My word is final. You don't ask questions in this home. You get it? So it can be either way, woman or man. Me, I've said so. So they were not taught to be a strategic thinker. They are not taught to confront and ask and change frontiers and ask and say, no, we found this thing like this. How can we adjust it? They will be saying things like, that is how I was raised. Deal with it the way you are. It is something like that. Yet the parent, the child who has been raised the other side will come into the marriage and will be like, asking, should we eat posho, should you eat rice? And the other one will say, I don't know. Make that decision.
Of the conversation we had about why you need to know the background of your spouse. Because this speaks to the socialization. Because when you come now in marriage, the one who was raised asking the questions, after if it is the woman, then they will say trouble. You're not submissive. I know lugezi. You don't listen. But you are just socialized to be able to ask those questions.
To question authority. Because now the authority is the husband. So you question authority, and you don't question it to be.
Know the background, understand how your spouse was socialized. Continue. So the other one is now on the single homes. The other aspect of socialization that comes in is the role each spouse plays in marriage. Because many people ask and say, the questions we've been asking earlier, what's the, if a man is not buying things, if a man is not earning money, what is his role then in the home? The role, the word father, let's come to that. The father, why we call a father, let's start from there. God, we say God the Father. Because it's the only way you can express
the likeness of God is by, it's the closeness we can have to that. So it means that in a home, the role of a father is, it means that we okay, to bring it out well, we need to first look at God.
Yeah.
God
the Father.
God the Father is loving. So you're supposed to, you give love in the home. That is why the commandment, what was given to a man, the husband, was that love your wife as Christ loved the church. And you extend that to also your children.
Yes.
No questions. Love, they even gave you the parameters as Christ loved the church. When your family is going to, your family is going to abuse your love, they are going to belittle it, they are going to, you don't say, I am tired. No, love as Christ loved the church. To the point of even sacrificing himself.
Are you ready to die for it? Let me ask.
Yes, I die many times in many small ways, but you die every other day.
A bullet.
We shall see about that. Yes, but that is the thing about the father. Father love, we need to move out of that. The father is, you love because God loves. Presence. God is present.
Yeah.
It means that the father has to be present in a home.
Yeah.
You cannot raise children in a distance. You cannot raise children by remote. You have to be present. You cannot. Have you seen a coach? Have you ever heard of any coach who coaches a team over phone? You have to be.
Maybe it will come in this new technology.
No, it can't. You have to be there so that you say, Lucy, I noticed that for you, you use left. You use right when you're kicking. So you should be in this position. For you, you do this. That is what the father does in a home. He says, hey, James.
So the presence is important.
The presence is important
now
because then he's going to.
Very many absent fathers.
Yes. Now, what are we dealing with? We deal with absent fathers because it is the fathers, by being present, the father starts mentoring and saying, hey, you child, I've noticed that you don't control your anger. But this is how a man controls his anger. You don't go and beat, you do this. When you're confronted with, you speak about it. When you when you find someone who is at a disadvantage, you help them, you do this and this. But you can't do those things if you're not present. You will know which child is bullied so that you deal with that aspect.
So we had this era where many fathers would leave the mothers in the villages. They go to town to work.
But they are there. They provide the school fees, but they are not present.
So you're talking about the physical presence.
The physical presence is important. Psychology says we create relationship with people we do things with, not things for. So if a father, and if you pay school fees for your child,
you're doing for me.
I'm doing, but I'm not doing with you. And you know what that creates? Entitlement. And have you seen the entitlement the present generation has? They come in the line, they want to be the first. They find a jam, they want to jump the queue. So they create four lanes. It starts from those things. So they come in a home and they entitlements.
But even in the marriage, something
it comes in the marriage. Yes, in the marriage, someone is entitled. So it comes from that aspect that the father was not there. The father may have provided, but
he didn't do things with them.
And also it brings these things where you've seen parents are saying, in old age, you find many parents are saying, I raised you guys, I did all these things for you, and the kids are saying, but we don't want to know.
The fathers are crying, are suffering the moment. The mothers did things with the children.
The mothers
did it. Bonded.
Yes, but the fathers didn't bond.
They did
and they did things for. But things for don't create relationships. But also now that's a lesson in marriage. You need to do things with your spouse, not for your spouse. So you won't buy her a Mercedes Benz. She'll go with a boda man who does things with her. Goes with her. Again and I never shopping. Have you seen those boda men? He's the one who carries the things. He does.
Boda Boda men, please forgive us. We are not against you. Just using it as an example.
Yes, but there are others.
To drive the point home.
Saloon, gym instructors. Many. They do things
for.
They do things with. Abeerawo. Nakwata ekigere nakiyoyota nakyo. Before you know it.
Gym
Mukumambugo lubale mubbe. Those things. But that is the thing.
With.
Yes, you need to do things with. So the father's presence is very important. And in places where the fathers have not been present,
chaos.
And all civilizations, if you take it back, the Romans, the Greeks, the Persians, what broke every generation was the absence of fathers.
Yeah.
So every generation starts with the absence of father. They cannot socialize, they don't pass on, and the generation starts deteriorating. We are seeing Europe, the civilizations, most civilizations last about 400 years. We are seeing USA, it's starting to decline.
Yeah.
The civilization is declining. We are in 200 something years. Give it another 100 years. Deep. The black community is gone. Yeah. You can almost no one can come out of the black community in USA.
So let me bring you back.
Big, yes. Even here.
When that. Let me bring you back.
Yes. Okay. I was giving it as a marriage.
Yes. Thank you, honey. So we have now the men there who may be even scared of marrying because of that lack of what you're talking about, the mentorship, the presence of a father to show them what to do.
Yes.
And on the other hand, we also have women who didn't have that fatherly presence or mentorship, and now they are getting married and ending up in homes, and the man is saying, Agamba Vichi. How are we going to handle that?
I think.
What can you speak into that?
What I can speak into that is that it starts with self-awareness about the situation they are in.
Yes.
Remember one of Grace Makoko? Grace Makoko's situation. She has said it over in public, so I think it's okay to say it.
We had her as one of the facilitators at one of our couples getaways, which happen every June. So save the dates. 12th to 14th June 2026.
And it was a very enriching and empowering experience.
Yeah.
Remember how the situation she gave? She grew up in a home which had a father present, doing things, checking school, coming to school on visiting days and doing all those things. And a mother who would take a back seat. Not a back seat in terms of, but was a mother present, but the father was also strong. Then she got married to a husband who had a father who was not present.
Yeah.
I think was not there. And also
the mother,
yes, woman was in charge. So when they got married, for him, the husband called David. So David would sit down and say, my wife is going to do the things my mother used to do. I watched my mother. She would pay the school fees. She would pay the bills at home. She would do all these things. My wife should be able to do that. Meanwhile, also Grace was saying, I was in a home where the father would do all these things.
Yeah.
He would do so. He also sat back. They were in a mess. But it took one. It goes back to what you said. If there's one who is willing, even if it's one, yes, I think even God uses the same principle. Remember when he said, if there's even one.
You know, Abraham did, that was Abraham.
Yeah.
He didn't bargain well enough. I think God would have allowed even one.
Yes.
He stopped at 10.
And he gave up.
And there were no 10 good people.
Yes.
But I think if he continued interceding to one, God would have said yes. Anyway, back to
so
that.
if there's one person
among
the two who is willing to
work on the
marriage, they can easily bring it home.
Yes.
It is, so Grace said, I am managing billions of in terms of money. How can I fail to manage David? And she said, okay, I'm going to position David to be the father,
on the leadership,
to do what the father is supposed to do at home. And she said, while I'm doing that, I am going to create parachutes. I'm going to create safety nets, because you need safety nets.
Yeah.
It doesn't behavior change doesn't happen in one day.
Tell them that whole story. They should come for the couples getaway and then we continue it.
But where does it lead to? It is So, no, you need to understand because the lesson comes there.
Yeah.
So, David, she positioned David. She would say, David, the time has come to, the children need to go to school. Which school should the children go to? And David would be like, no, make a decision. You're their mother. And she would say, no, the father takes the lead in making that. And if he didn't do anything, she would say the kids will stay home. Yeah. It's okay, we shall keep them at home. She would say, yes, I'll contribute to the money for the bills. But I work because I work. Leadership. But the husband should take leadership in paying the bills. Yeah. So whenever I would not pay, she would buy candles. When they cut off power, she's like, the money is there in the corner, but you didn't pay. So slowly by slowly, David started doing some of these things, saying,
taking on the leadership.
Taking on the leadership, taking on the... And today their marriage is very strong because of some of those things. So
the understanding of the background.
Yes, understanding where the spouse comes from.
Taking action.
Yes, taking action
to help
to manage
that.
Yes.
If you find that your spouse, like the example Ronnie has given, they were socialized in a different way, work out ways to help them get back
from that point.
And to women, let us help the men to lead.
Yes.
Many men don't know, okay, some were not socialized like that, but they can, it's in them. Whereas others, women, we have refused to allow them to lead. You do everything, then he sits back, and now we are saying they are not doing their role, but it's because we've taken on the roles.
Yes.
But as we come to an end,
I think there was just one point of the father in the home is supposed to be the cheerleader, but also is the one that prepares the team is the cheerleader of the team, but he's the one who prepares the home for the children for the world. Which is unpredictable, unkind. He prepares them to be winners, he prepares them to lose, to be gracious in victory, to also lose very well. There are people who are bad losers. He prepares them and gives them a safety net that when the world has bruised you, you have a place to come back home.
What happens
to give
now?
them.
What are you telling those who who didn't grow up with that kind of?
No, not because what we are saying is that if they didn't do those things for you, you need to put a stop at some point. You need to ensure that for you when you're passing on, for you don't pass on the bad, you pass on the good. There's that experiment that they keep doing. It's now on social media where they're showing you get water, the color liquid,
you keep pouring,
you pour it in the glass,
other one runs
then
out.
then you pour to the next glass. But then they reached a point where the other one started pouring the yellow, the red, and then poured so much until it subdued and created a crystal clear liquid. So it showed that while the previous generation may have passed on certain things, the bad is going to stop with you, and you're going to create a situation in a home where it is going to be a safety net. They're going to ensure that this is the place they go back to. So in other words, you create a home, which is a home. A home where there's love, a home where there is...
Your English teacher chew your fees.
No.
In the sentence, you don't repeat the same...
Sometimes you can. Let me give you an example. Can you use the word because... My English teacher was good, yes. But you need to create a sanctuary, a place where when the world has bruised people, they come back. The place where they feel they belong. Because when people have strong roots, then they can explore. Even when you're preparing the children, when you're doing all these things, you give them that place, which is like a nursery bed, and you know that it is a place where they have been prepared to face any kind of situation when they go out. So when we do that, it means that your marriage will be great. You seldom people who create a thing like that, then they will have a place where marriage is thriving, parenting is thriving, children are thriving, and it's a place where everyone wants to come.
There's another thing that we maybe pass on before we leave. If you didn't grow up in such an environment where the fathers were present, or where they were present and they were doing the negative, You can walk the journey with others, and
Yes.
that's the same thing we keep
You
telling
can create,
single mothers.
yes, you can
or
get
where
a
the
person.
father is absent.
Even
Get
in
another father
adult,
figure.
even adult, I may be 40 and get
But
a
you
man
can
who
get
is
another
60,
person
and I
who
walk
can
with that
mentor you.
gentleman. I'm
Yes.
like, my father didn't do these things, but my father. So that becomes a person when you're in a home where you say, there are things I don't understand. Is the
Yeah.
person you make a phone call to and say, how do I navigate
me
this?
about this.
How do I pass the situation? How do I deal with this? How did you deal with these things? Because you may not have. The same thing with the women. You may not have a mother figure, or you may not have mother, or you grew up without as an orphan. You do the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thank all the men who have molded this man. Hello to my father-in-law. Hello to Uncle Francis did a lot. You told me that Uncle Francis did a lot for you. Hello to Uncle Francis and to all the men who are molding other men out there, because we really, really need the men. And for my fellow women who say we don't need the men, we need them, at least for their fatherhood, to our children.
Even to you.
Even to us.
We make your world go round. We turn on your world.
Thank you for being part of this conversation. We shall continue these conversations in the different spaces. The sign out.
Today,
Say
what
bye.
do we do? Peace.
Peace. Yes, peace.